everyone get super excited to, what's even going to happen.
This off season I kind of explained it as a heartbreak that we were promised this big dog series, big payouts, whole bunch of travel money, and everyone was super sick. The sport of short course was looking up and looking awesome, and it was like people were going to be able to make a career out of this, and then that whole entire deal kind of disappeared. All the tracks went back to Champ to race there. Kind of scared away some sponsors and put some racers on edge. Like, is this still happening? Is this something I should invest into and do? But needless to say, we built a brand new Pro Light and we had to race it, so we started testing and going to work and trying to make that truck the best we could be. The 2024 race season in a whole, the best way I could describe it is a roller coaster ride. We started off super strong and kind of kept those results going a little bit, and kind of midway through the season kind of went down, and then towards the end we started to come back up again. But it's just crazy racing 3 different trucks. There's only been a select handful of people that have done it. CJ Greaves, I think Ryan Beat has raced all 3 at a couple events. It's a lot, from the prep in between the races and just mentally getting out of one truck, getting into the other, and then racing, and then getting out and getting in the other can kind of take a toll on you, because you have a bad first race and you're all hot and angry. Yeah, it definitely was a learning curve this season, doing all 3 and just figuring out the different styles and,
We had to race her twice, so just kind of give me an overview of the first Lena, and then we'll get more into details.
So round 1 and 2, Lena, Wisconsin. That was a very memorable one.
Welcome everyone. We are AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. The 2024 season starts now. We're here in Lena, Wisconsin.
Coming into the season, I was thinking about the guys that were going to be in Pro Light, and everyone and their brother could take third or end up on the podium any given day. But the guys I was thinking that could contend for a championship along with me was definitely Trey and then Carson Parrish. And those were the 2 names that I was like, all right, well, that's going to be a race, that's going to be a battle. So
Take a look at your starting grid here for Pro Light. Johnny Holtger from just down the road in Abrams, Wisconsin is going to start on the pole. He is number 44. He will be alongside the number 5 of Trey Gibbs from Murrieta, California. Here we go, Pro Light round 1 underway, and it's a dead heat between Holtger and Gibbs as they dive down into turn 1. Holtger got a little bit crossed up, now Gibbs up on the bike.
Yeah, Holtger made a little contact. Gibbs sets it back down, really doesn't miss anything, and here comes Wood on the outside.
Holtger holds on to the lead. Wood looks like he might be able to slide in front of Gibbs, but look at Carson Parrish dive bomb on the inside. They're 4 wide.
Wow, look at that. Johnny Holtger trying to hold on to that top spot. There's Carson Parrish going to the inside.
Yeah, Parrish just got a 2-for-1 deal getting around Matt Wood and Trey Gibbs, and now Parrish gets crossed up.
This new truck, he feels really comfortable. You see him seesaw that wheel, and oh, Gibbs goes around. You've seen that. There's steam coming out of the top of that truck.
The 44 of Holtger starting to run a little bit hot. This could not happen at a better time for Holtger. We have reached the halfway point.
Well, John Holtger is downright impressive, and I would have a hard time believing that his experience, and of course winning his first ever Pro 2 race and all that he's accomplished in that class, but he made his debut in Pro 4 last year, so I would have a really hard time believing that that's not playing into the run that we're seeing from John Holtger now, leading this race, a dominant first half. So
out of the box, it's been like a pretty fast, mean truck. So it was super cool to wheel that thing and to see it perform.
Really understand the dirt better than anyone. We'll see how we can put that understanding to work here in the second half of Pro Light. It is Holtger, Parrish, Gibbs. The racetrack a little bit more aggressively right now. Again, dives down to the bottom. He's going to turn up the heat a little bit more here on Holtger. Oh, in trouble for Gibbs. He overcooked it again in that right-hander. But he is going to get the job done. The truck held on for John Holtger, your round 1 winner here in Pro Light.
And your race winner, Johnny Holtger. Johnny, you were driving a wide truck out there. It was so hard for these guys to try and find a way around you, but man, just the speed that you showed here, what are you attributing that to?
I'm blaming it all on that truck. That truck is something else. We've been spending the last 3 years trying to get it ready, and it's everything I thought it would ever be. It's just probably the best thing I've ever driven, but I couldn't do this without my crew, my mom and dad, my family, my girlfriend, HBI, Yokohama, Sterlina, Impact, Race Driven, Mac Tools, Victory Sign, just everyone who helps me out. Thank you so much.
Guys, our former champion saying it's the best thing he's ever driven. Incredible. John Holtger, winner for Pro Light Round One.
First race, new Pro Light, go out there, take the W. I mean, that was such a heartfelt moment, truly. I mean, me and my dad have been, especially him, he's been busting his butt trying to get that thing done, and you know, the various places we brought it to get it finished up. And I mean, this truck is phenomenal, you know, and like the one thing that I feel I haven't really felt with Pro Light before is trust, you know, like where you can just like throw it in and like, you know, it's gonna stay planted and not bike up or send you over a K-rail or whatever goofy stuff happens to me. And then we had some bad luck in the Pro 2 and the Pro 4. I don't think we finished. No, we finished Pro 2, but we didn't finish the Pro 4. We started good. We were kind of mid to back of the pack, you know, just running, you know, don't want to break anything. And I think if I remember correctly, halfway came around and I went to shift from 4th to 5th and it caught. So then it ground out 4th and 5th. So then all I had was 1, 2, 3, 6.
Didn't want to run right or what? What's wrong, like a motor or what?
Only have 3rd gear.
Hey, good run at Pro Light though.
So the amount of work before Sunday was nuts. Pro Light was good. I don't think we touched the Pro Light. Pro 2, I think day 1 we cracked the header, so we had to put different headers on our old set. And the Pro 4, we broke a tranny on Saturday. We broke an input shaft on Friday that was stuck in the transmission. So we were already 2 transmissions down on Saturday. So we had to rip the transmission out of our other truck at home, throw that one in. So, I mean, we had a buttload of work on Saturday night, but my boys busted their butts and knocked it out, and we came to play the next day. Sunday, that was just phenomenal. I mean, each truck landed on the podium, so the first Lena was kind of textbook.
Welcome everyone to another beautiful day in round 2 here for AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Remember that 44 Yokohama Tires ride? He won in round 1, brand new truck. His team is very busy this year, so watch for big things out of Johnny Holtger.
Off we go in Pro Light round number 2. Being able to win this race, look at Holtger. Throws a door into the side of Carson Parrish.
John's here to win. He's not out for 2nd or 3rd. He really wants to move forward. As look at this, more contact between Johnny Holtger and Carson Parrish. Out in front, oh, up on the bicycle, Parrish.
We talked about how hard these trucks are to drive.
As we're coming to the halfway point, it's Trey Gibbs early on. Behind him, Johnny Holtger in 2nd.
Oh, Gibbs went up on the bike just a little bit. In trouble for Matt Wood. He's going to go all the way around.
Well, one final time out of the hellhole, Shane. Trey Gibbs on his birthday is going to collect a big W in round 2.
There's Johnny Holtger across the line in 2nd.
Welcome back once again. The biggest, baddest Pro 2-wheel drive trucks in the world. Here we go, Pro 2 underway.
Trouble for Ricky G.
Yeah, he's definitely off the pace. Thomas, here comes Johnny Holtger as well. Oh, what's happening here?
Trouble for Mickey Thomas.
Look at this, Johnny Holtger and Zach Zakowski.
Yeah, we got a brawl for third out there on the racetrack between Johnny Holtger and Zach Zakowski, like you said. This is the battle to watch. Holtger trying to hold off Zakowski. This year, Zakowski came in a little hot and heavy there in turn one, and that might be the end of the battle for third place. The hometown boy, Johnny Holtger, across the line with a third place finish. Zakowski will finish fourth.
Sunday's Pro 4 race was nuts.
Pro 4 just a few moments away. Gotta love that sound as the field flies down into turn one, and already Johnny Greaves lays a fender on Jimmy Henderson.
Gonna drive down to the bottom of Johnny Greaves. They're gonna be side by side.
Another side-by-side battle right behind him, and look, more fiberglass damage on Henderson. Carlson giving him a door. Absolute experts. Whoa, in big trouble for Johnny Greaves.
Oh, Henderson knocked into Johnny Greaves. Oh, Henderson, he's out.
Yeah, Henderson was bumping and banging quite a bit with a few different guys in the early going, and look at Johnny Greaves just move Chenny off the race line. Down, fellas, still over 10 minutes left on the race clock, and Greaves just rode the K-rail coming out of the GoPro sweeper. Carlson now starting to fight more and more with Johnny Greaves.
Yeah, here comes Carlson. He's going to back it in next to Johnny Greaves. Watch this tight exit. Oh, he hits the tractor tire.
Whoa, in trouble a little bit further up the racetrack. We're going to go to a full course yellow.
Yeah, it looks like we might have a fire.
Yeah, it was getting hot in there. You see, CJ Greaves now pulling into the hot pit.
Around halfway, people started dropping like flies, and I lost 2 cylinders. So I was basically a 6-cylinder Pro 4, but I was still wheeling the heck out of that thing. And
we are back underway, and that will count as the competition caution. So we are going to sprint to the finish from here on out.
Oh, Chenny grabs the edge of the cushion there and almost goes around, but he collects it. Look at Carlson backing it in. Oh, Greaves gets a little sideways.
In a hurry.
Ah, and it's just shredding off that truck. That is going to give your lead to Andrew Carlson in that Red Bull ride.
And meanwhile, Johnny Holtger now into the second spot. He has gotten around Johnny Greaves.
Yeah, just being consistent, putting yourself where you need to be. Johnny Holtger, like I said, had some gremlins in round one. They got that truck back out here for round two.
Man, it just kind of feels like this Pro 4 field coming apart at the seams right now as Holtger is going to push wide. That's going to let Johnny Greaves get back into second place.
I'm taking a look at Johnny Greaves' front end. It looks like maybe he has some toe-in issues.
He's bounced off K-rails on both sides of that truck, so that would not surprise me one bit.
It is the Johnny show right now. Johnny Holtger trying to square away Johnny Greaves. He had to get hard on the binders, didn't want to make contact. Yeah, Andrew Carlson better get on the loud pedal because Greaves is coming home.
Johnny Greaves goes upside down.
Let's see if he can keep going.
He's trying to fire it up. As soon as that truck touched back down, he was trying to get it fired again.
There he goes.
And back underway, the 7-time champ still in the fight. And how about this? Johnny Holtger in second left on the race clock.
Oh, it looked like Johnny Holtger stubbed the truck a little bit. I don't know. He's back underway.
Looked like he was momentarily off the pace. Well, Carlson gained about 0.7 of a second on that last lap, so he is setting sail. Whoa, and there is Andrew Carlson upside down in turn one. That's
Carlson rolled over, and I went around him, and I was like kind of mathing it out in my head, and I'm like, holy man, like we're in first, and you know, it was kind of lap after lap. It felt like forever, like I was doing 100 laps.
That's gonna put John Holtger into the lead. Unbelievable.
Man, it's going to be who can get their truck to the finish line first and what's left of it. Look at Johnny Holtger.
And it's now Johnny Greaves in the second spot. And Baker just lost a right front wheel.
Oh, man, none of these guys want to finish this race. Well, taking the white flag this time by is going to be Johnny Holtger. In that HBI Yokohama ride, he's going to have to check it up. We got cars everywhere.
Yeah, safety trucks all over the place. It's Johnny Holtger. Somehow Johnny Greaves, after 2 rollovers, has made his way back into second place.
Oh yeah, there goes Johnny Holtger. They almost made him come to a complete stop. That's allowing Johnny Greaves to get up to the back bumper. So this thing is not over yet. Johnny really has to play the protected line here because here comes Greaves.
A battle for the lead. Unreal that Johnny Greaves is able to come storming back. He puts the move on and he takes the race lead back from Johnny Holtger.
Wow, Johnny Holtger, he had to slow way down. I don't know how that went. Everybody came to a complete stop almost.
Yeah, you're not supposed to gain under caution.
Absolutely not.
We'll let the officials sort that one out. I have no idea how they're going to call that, but the checkered flag is going to fly. Johnny Greaves survives here in round 2 at Dirt City Motorplex. Holtger across the line in second.
I went in, slowed down for the caution, and then coming out, there was 2 lappers, and I was like, well, these guys aren't going, what's going on? And then finally I just like, screw this. Like I went, but I stayed on them the whole time down the backstretch. We got into the hole and I tried to make it there to door them or knock them out of the way or something, you know, to put on somewhat of a show, but just wasn't close enough, and he got the W. But I mean, second place in a Pro 4 is still an accomplishment of your own. You know, some people invest and buy a truck and can't even get within the top 5 sometimes. So we went out there, second in the Pro Light, third in the Pro 2, and a couple mistakes away from winning my first Pro 4 race, my first full season out. So yeah, we were definitely riding the high horse coming into there. I'd have to say we were pumped. You know, if that's what the first round looks like, who knows what the rest of the season was going to look like. Antigo, the Bull Ring. Wild weekend. We lost the Pro 4's motor in qualifying. Didn't get to race Pro 4 that weekend. Pro Light was good.
Gets underway. Here we go, Shane. Is John Holtger going to go to the inside? Didn't even make contact as we have a rollover.
There's the battle for second, starting to heat up. Johnny Holtger slowly reeling in Travis Millhausen Jr. and Holtger goes up on the bike.
What a save. That was a lucky save there, but great driving. Oh, Millhausen goes really, really wide. Johnny Holtger is sticking into that fast line as we come to that halfway point. That mandatory competition caution for Gibbs.
Yeah, he is just off like a rocket on these restarts.
Gibbs, look at Johnny Holtger. He's trying to go a different line. He made that work the last time.
Make it happen there on Gibbs. He knows if Gibbs gets out front and gets comfy, there's a mistake out of Millhausen, goes up on the bike before of Johnny Holtger as he has moved into second.
Yeah, my eyes are looking at it. It looks like Johnny Holtger is reeling in our race leader on Trey Gibbs.
A little bit of give and take there, longer line, but stay in the power, and they almost made contact there. Holtger had to check up big time, and that's going to cost him.
Remember, he came into this weekend your points leader, and Shane, the rain is starting to set in here late in this race.
Johnny Holtger will cross the line in second.
Got into second, tried to give Trey a run for his money. Didn't quite have the truck that day, and then Pro 2 just started downpouring. Where I was looking, I was kind of messing around, I guess, and I remember thinking to myself, like, all right, we gotta go.
Johnny Holtger trying to take away that top 3 spot. He moves into that position. Those Yokohama tires digging really deep late.
I got into third and kind of stood there, and then I think 2 to go, I went into the left-hander, the only left-hander on the track, and spun out, and Keegan was right behind me, and he saw me spun out and like messed up, and he spun out too, so I was like, all right, yes, like I still got it. And then the last lap, we threw down a heater, so we had the fastest lap of the race. We were TQ going into Sunday, so that was sick. First time ever doing that in Pro 2. Sunday, my throttle pedal was all messed up, so if I went all the way to the floor, it would like over travel and then cut the motor. So I only had like this much pedal to work with. So like if I went over like half to 3/4, like it would kill the engine.
Johnny Holtger getting all crossed up with somebody else in front of the crowd.
On the start, like I stomped it and the truck just died and I got ran over by everyone and their brother. So I started to figure it out, like I just like half throttle, you know, and so I started picking them off one by one by one. And
That is the battle for 4th and 5th. Matt Wood, Johnny Holtger as they fly over that triple jump. Johnny Holtger got a great restart, moves up another spot. That spot away, and it looks like he has. So Johnny Holtger in a podium spot in the number 44.
Yeah, Johnny Holtger in the top 3 now. We'll see if he can hunt down our top 2, Gibbs and Funk.
Funk going way wide. He's run wide there before, but not quite that wide. He's going to have a ton of speed when he gets crossed up down the front straightaway and had to check up.
Yeah, that's going to allow Johnny Holtger to take over that 2nd place position. But a strong second after a rough start for Johnny Holtger.
Yeah, those 2 drivers, Gibbs and Holtger, they've been on the podium all 4 rounds so far this year. Pro 2 about to be underway. Looks like Pete maybe got a better jump on Holtger on this start.
Remember, this corner widens out really wide. Look at Holtger trying to go the long way around.
Pete just trying to stay down on the bottom. They made some contact.
Johnny Holtger's doing everything in his power to stay ahead of Mickey Thomas, and you really don't want to hurt your trucks this early in the race.
Yeah, Holtger just needs to run clean lines, and right there he pushed a little bit wide. Went off the side of the jump there, and that's going to let Thomas sneak on by into 2nd. Pro 2 is back underway.
Boy, Kyle Greaves jumped on a line right away. He's side by side with Johnny Holtger going into turn number 1.
There, and trouble for Johnny Holtger. He was off the track there. Try to get a better sense of what's going on with the 93.
started 2nd, Ryan got it on me, so it was Ryan, me, Mickey. Mickey passed me then. And I held 3rd till halfway, and then me and Kyle were going after it and fighting, and I was holding them off, and I went into the left-hander, set it, and hit the gas, and like it bobbled. So like it didn't go, it didn't pipe up, it just boom. So that killed me, got Kyle by, and I think I went from 3rd to 7th, 8th.
Sunday, Pro 2, we were running good and just kind of ran out of talent, to say the least, you know what I mean? And Pro Light, we ran good with what we had, so another 2nd place. Definitely hoping to pick up the pace in that. I'm getting sick of 2nd, so. But yeah, all in all, it's a great points weekend, and just hoping for some better results down the road.
Okay. Yeah, going to Crandon, that's the Super Bowl. You know, there's no place quite like it.